Buckle up! Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 craziest moments from 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After Season 4. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're taking a look at the craziest, funniest, and most insane moments from Season 4 of 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After. Special thanks goes out to Grace Report for working with us on this video. You can check out her channel in the description below. Number 10. Asin cancels Granada trip. Nicole and Asin's turbulent relationship hit a major snag in episode 6. Despite having promised Nicole that he would take her on a trip to Granada, something Nicole was eagerly awaiting, Asin canceled the vacation at the last minute.
He said everything is fine, it's something that he has to be there for.
He cited a family emergency as the reason for bailing on her, though it was heavily implied that his excuse wasn't exactly on the level.
Physically, I'm attracted to Nicole, but it's not just for example, 55%. Because I always want my wife to go to the gym with me and be healthy.
Upon hearing the news, Nicole, who'd already purchased plane tickets, was justifiably upset, even going as far as to walk away from the cameras. Looks like Asin owes her some money, not to mention a packet of hair dye. Number 9. Andre snatching Elizabeth's phone. Who knew you could squeeze this much tension into a 4-door sedan? After an argument with her sisters, Elizabeth asks Andre to pick her up.
You're not starting my day like this, okay? I'm over this. This is a lot.
You're over it?
Yeah, because I'm having issues
I'm
now.
enraged because I had to defend your ass.
As the two drive away, Elizabeth's sisters continue pestering her via text, much to Andre's chagrin. As Andre becomes more and more upset, you can tell something bad is about to happen. Lo and behold, Andre's demands that Elizabeth stop texting her sisters fall on deaf ears, causing him to snatch the phone from right out of her hands.
Don't respond, I said.
Do not grab my phone out of my hand.
Get off.
Give me it now.
No, you're not gonna get a phone.
Give me it now.
Suffice it to say, Elizabeth did not take his abrupt action well and demanded that he give her back her phone immediately. Sensing he may have gone too far, Andre gives back the phone, but the damage had already been done.
I literally saw a side of him that was not okay. I didn't like it. It was very, very poor behavior.
Number 8. Larissa reveals she has 2 kids in Brazil. If you thought our last entry was hard to watch, wait until you see this crazy moment between Larissa, Colt, and Colt's mother, Debbie.
I have kids. You have children.
While viewers were already aware of Larissa's 2 children back in Brazil, Debbie most certainly was not. So when Larissa finally broke the news to her, she was shocked. Despite trying to keep her emotions in check, Debbie couldn't help but break down in tears, eventually getting up and walking away.
I need a drink.
Watching Colt and Larissa sit in silence as Debbie putters around in the kitchen is super cringeworthy. However, after taking some time to compose herself, Debbie comes back out and informs Larissa that she understands why she did what she did.
I love Colt, so what his mother that did everything for him will think about it.
When Larissa told me the way she felt about me, I understood why she didn't tell me about having children.
Now that's what we call taking the high road. Number 7. Obed tells Chantelle that Pedro's family tried to scam him too. Chantelle and Pedro. While these two have had plenty of highs, they're always offset by their brutal lows. That insane dinner fight, anyone? However, for this entry, we're focusing on the time Chantelle met up with Obed, a friend of Pedro's family back in the Dominican Republic. The two had been talking over the phone for some time, with Obed insinuating that Pedro's family was using Chantelle for their own financial gain.
His sister and his mom, I don't trust them. They are always doing some business.
During the face-to-face, Obed made it clear that Pedro's family could not be trusted, citing the time they tried to exploit him.
I'm the only one who knows his family for real, because they did something similar to me.
This was a major shocker and a turning point in the season. Number 6. Larissa's boyfriend faces off with Colt and Debbie. With the ink barely dry on their divorce papers, Larissa was more than happy to trot out her new boy toy in front of Colt. Making the situation infinitely more awkward was the fact that Colt's mom, Debbie, was there too.
Larissa, why are you doing this?
I'm not doing anything.
Yes, you are. Why is he there? Why? He has no business there. Why are you doing this? To hurt him?
Stop. Shut up. Larissa, you're an ass.
Unsurprisingly, Colt and Debbie weren't exactly thrilled that Larissa brought her new boyfriend to the reunion.
I poured my heart out to you.
Well, why are you blaming me? You know that's under my control.
My heart out to you, and you're laughing, making fun of me.
No, I didn't.
I used to respect you up until about 5 minutes ago.
You lost her respect.
While Colt was clearly upset, it was Debbie who went completely off the rails, screaming at Larissa and calling her names. Colt eventually walked off the set, but was convinced to return when the producers agreed to have Eric removed. To be a fly on the wall in that room when the cameras weren't rolling.
Cole emptied his heart out. He was being very honest. And then 5 minutes later, she's hugging and loving Eric and kissing and laughing. Something's wrong with her. Something is really, really wrong with her. She's a monster.
Number 5. Leaving Liz's dad's free house to be independent, but asking him for money to do so. We've already touched upon Andre and Elizabeth's troublesome relationship, so this time we'll focus on Elizabeth's troublesome relationship with her father. While Liz has her heart set on moving out of her father's home, there is an issue. She and Andre have no money.
Well, we need to get money because we have tons of stuff to get.
I know.
We don't have anything.
Don't push it, all right?
As such, her father is a little skeptical as to how they're going to make it work. Solution? He's going to pay their rent.
So if you're not working and she's working part-time, I still don't see how you're going to pay all your bills. I mean, I personally don't see how you pay it.
Just need to pay for rent, to eat some food. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be all right.
Yeah, Papa Pothast wasn't thrilled about that idea. He makes the logical point that it's foolish for Liz to move out of his free house for a place she can't afford. Cut to Andre informing Elizabeth he doesn't want to be a trucker anymore, and Liz's dad's words begin to make even more sense. Number 4. Nicole's stepdad brings her down to earth. Nicole is naive to say the least. She fully believes Asin is going to marry her, even if everyone else in her life is telling her otherwise.
I predict that you'll be back in 6 weeks, not married.
Whatever.
He's had a couple of chances to marry you and he backs out each time.
One of Asin's most vocal critics has been Nicole's stepfather, Joe, who calls Asin names and says he has no intent of marrying Nicole.
Regardless of what she says, it's not going to happen. He won't marry her this time, he won't marry her next time.
As if her stepfather's scorn wasn't bad enough, Joe then informs the family that he's recently been contacted by a man in Morocco who claims that Asin is a scammer, who has been taking advantage of Nicole's naivety.
You don't want to face reality.
No, because these people don't know him. I don't care. I will walk away. I'm not talking about stupid messages from people we don't even know online.
In true Nicole fashion, she leaves the room in a huff, but don't worry, she comes back, only to storm off again moments later. Nicole, will you ever change? Number 3. Pedro Grinds and Nicole shows the footage to Chantelle. There are a lot of betrayals happening in this clip, so let's dive right in. The trouble began when Pedro and Chantelle took a trip to the Dominican Republic together, only for Pedro to immediately betray her trust by grinding with a woman who had a thing for him.
Mira, Pedro. Mira, Pedro, lo que está haciendo. Mira.
Adding to the sleaze factor was Pedro's decision to remove his wedding ring before engaging in the hardcore grinding sesh. So this was obviously horrible. But adding to Pedro's stupidity was the fact that he allowed someone to film it. Naturally, the video ends up being shown to Chantelle, who feels totally and utterly devastated. So who was the one who showed her the clip? Why, Pedro's sister, of course.
In this moment, when my sister taking her phone and show you Chantelle the video, it been so disrespectful. Like, you do a thing to your own brother?
Talk about no love lost. Number 2. Barber busts Jay after he gets busy in the shop's bathroom. It doesn't get much more shocking than this. After paying a visit to the barbershop that Jay works for, Ashley discovers that he cheated on her. According to the shop's owner, while he was supposed to be working, Jay took a woman into the bathroom.
It got quiet and we didn't know what was going on, and someone wanted to use the bathroom. He's like, hold up.
He went and had sex with someone and your mother?
This was during business hours with children apparently on the premises. In response, Jay's boss took him outside and aggressively reprimanded him. And by aggressively, we mean he straight up used his bare hands.
Who is that?
That's me. That's Jay.
We don't know what made us feel worse, the look on Ashley's face as she received the startling news, or Jay's despicable actions. Either way, justice was definitely served. If you think it can't get worse than that last entry, just wait for our #1 pick. But before we get there, here are some honorable mentions.
Is it because you love your mama more than your ex-wife?
Chantelle, what are you?
I love my mother. I take care of her. I'm the only family that she has, and I'll support her. And I hope to God that one day, if one of your parents needs you, you'll do the same. So please shut the up.
Even though I told my mom that we were talking about opening a store, we never winded up going through with it.
So there is no store?
There is no store.
This is Ashley, Jay's wife. I was just wondering if you could give me a call back. I had a few questions for you.
911, what's the problem?
My husband and I have had a huge falling out, and I need him to leave. However, he is an illegal immigrant right now.
Okay, is there still an altercation going on now?
He's out front. I'm in the house, so I just need him removed.
Pedro is going to leave to the Dominican Republic tomorrow. Do you know when you're coming back?
I no plans. Yeah, for coming back.
You're such an ass.
#1, Pedro's mom on Chantelle's family. After their infamous dinner, where Pedro got into a physical confrontation with Chantelle's family, and which included a truly childish moment where he attacked the table in a fit of rage, Pedro's mother was eagerly awaiting an apology. Chantelle, on the other hand, had no intention of apologizing, which of course made Pedro's mom furious.
I'm not going to flip over your table, honey.
¿No vas a voltear la mesa?
No.
In her fury, Pedro's mother told Chantelle that if she had been there, she would have beaten Chantelle's entire family up.
Te voy a decir algo. Si yo hubiera estado ahí, lo arrastro a todita. La hermana primero, tu mamá sigue. Tu hermano también. Si yo estoy ahí, lo arrastro a todita.
She even lists the order in which she would have attacked them.
I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog, too.
Yikes. Talk about burning bridges. You could literally cut the tension with a knife. Actually, on second thought, no knives. We don't want to give Pedro's mom any ideas. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.